Hey, human beings. Hang on, I forgot the iPad. I'm going to go grab it. Oh, what are you doing? I'm going to go sleep. Welcome to the 5:30. I think I'm a few minutes early. 5:30 live draw session. Whoops, live draw session here. So far, we're going to do some inking and lettering and swearing. It's going to be fun. You're going to probably tell your grandchildren about this because holy crap, I mean, there you were all alone in your house. You're feeling bad, and then this guy on the web, like, told you to watch him draw, and then you were okay again. That's my story, and that's what I'm going with. Let's get a couple of things going here. Let me set this up. Doot, and yeah, there we go. I can see it. Yeah. Turn down the volume so you don't get any reverb. Let's see, let's start with the lettering, huh? Well, welcome to Sunday, May 3rd, 1885, obviously. And I hope you are all not dead. If you are dead, why are you watching this? Let's see what we got here. You know, I think we could do that with a fun pen. Oh, that's a fun pen. It's just too fun. Oh, that's way too fun. Not that one. It gets out in the other room here. Let's try to chisel. Do I have any? No, I don't have any of those. Oh, yeah, that's way too fun. Oh, much more fun. Whew. So we're going to start off with something that wasn't fun, and that ended up being fun. Okay, sorry. Whew. I put an apostrophe there because I left off its. I hope that meets the Chicago style or AP style. So what's your favorite editing style? Is it AP or Chicago? Let me know. There's you can leave. Oh, can you even see what I'm doing here? All that shadow? Sorry, there we go. Is that better? That's better. I've got a light in my right eye and a camera in my left eye. But I raise children, so I think I can handle this. Probably best to be video chat. Yeah, so. I just read an article that they got rid of the double space after the period officially. It's people like me who are the last of the baby boomers. We held onto that double space pretty tight. And then I'm working with my kids when they were in grade school, and it was like they weren't doing it. And I was like, where'd that go? It should be something like the White House, the presidential office takes care of. You know, just State of the Union or something. You could put it in the State of the Union. Just, hey, things are pretty good. The Iraq thing's a mess. Sorry. Oh, by the way, there's only one space after a period now. You know, something like that. That would be nice. So please write your congressman or your senator and let them know that that should be somehow relayed to the masses. Maybe Fauci could tell us what's going on with grammar in America. Maybe he's up there. Hey, 6 feet away, wash your hands, sing the happy birthday song, 30 seconds minimum. It's more about the rubbing than the heat. I've heard that before. But, then he'd go, oh, and by the way, the period goes inside the quotation during a citation. Something like that. Just like one little thing a day. One of the folks who follows the norm was mentioning in there was a sign that said, anyway, it had a misspelling. And of course, somebody said, the grammar police. It's like, it's not, it's just grammar. Just, do our best. So here's one. So these are, I want Norm to be stuttering. So I put in dashes, like an N dash or an M dash. So so it works there. Maybe these are commas. We'll do these as commas and do a dash down there. It'll be an N dash. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Let's do See, I put too much space there. Got to work on that. If you're just joining, we're talking about the double space versus the single space after the period. And whether your preference is the Chicago manual of style or the AP style. I believe most probably research papers are the Chicago stuff, and AP was what I had when I worked in newspapers, so I kind of got addicted to the AP stuff. Not that I was addicted to it, I just had it on my desk, so I was checking it all the time. There was no illustrations in it, can you believe it? Not a single illustration in the AP manual, style manual. So what's going on here? I'm going to forget to get rid of this dash. I'm using this thing here. I test it out over here. Let's see, we'll do that out of there, don't we? Okay. Voila. You want to see what we're doing up here? It's that. Right there. Pens. I've had that tray for about 30 years. I got it somewhere. It had an arm on it at one point, so it clamped onto the table, and it's supposed to be like a surgical tray for, drafting or cartooning. I don't know where the arm went. And years ago, this is interesting here. See this? See the red thing here? That's a piece of balsa wood. X-Acto made them for a while, and then they quit making them. So I had hoarded about 3 or 4 of them. It's my last one. So as soon as that thing gets all flaky, I have to die. So what's going on there? I'm going to end up not knowing what I was doing here. So Norm's having a conversation with you, the reader, today, and then it's not going well. So, okay. Let's go back to penciling. Let's see, you can leave a message. I'm going to put a message, leave any notes here. There's a little chat bar in this thing. That way I can see if you have anything to say. Voila. And what does that say? Oh, that says that I see. Is anybody watching this on their phone? How do people watch things these days? I've got an iPad here that I'm watching it on so I can see what you say, because the bar that holds my phone, the thing that is covering up the place where I would see what you were saying. So complicated. All right, that needs a little work too. Let's go clean that up. But get a better pen for that. I got this guy. These jelly rolls are super accurate. But see, there's a little blob in there. We'll get that out of there. Watch this. Get this thing going first. Oh yeah, look at that. Boop. Now it's a little gray there, but when I scan it, it'll look wonderful. And if you're wondering what's going on over there, I'm starting to get the studio set up. See, all that stuff's over there. And then I reach over and I get it. Okay. We're going to break it. All right. Norm Miller. Be nice and small here today. He's social distancing so you don't get him sick and vice versa. You don't want to be sick. No one wants to be sick. Except for like Mrs. Haversham. I don't know if this gag's going to work. The idea here was that, see, it's going to be smaller. It needs to be a lot smaller. Like, so you really get the step back. Oh, you know what I did this weekend? I don't know if you guys have done anything interesting, but I'll tell you what I did interesting this weekend. I tried to watch Star Wars. And I can only watch about 30 minutes of a TV show anymore, or a movie. So, I did see an amazing movie on Friday night called Portrait of a Woman on Fire. That was insane. And that was over before I felt it started, and it was like, oh, I just watched the whole movie. But then I tried to watch some other stuff this weekend. It's like, yeah, just all of a sudden I'm up and I'm gone. And the TV's like, you gonna turn me off? And then I'm from another room, I'm like, no. Be a little quieter than that though. Just kind of like that. Let's see what else we got going on here. Stay-at-home orders and all. This would be Norm again. Okay, so he stepped back forward. We can put a little hop in here, like he's coming back up. See, that's a hop right there. You're welcome. Let's see, and then so if you have a idea of what the gag is on this, let me know, because I wrote one in and I think it's pretty funny, but there might be something I missed here. So let me know if you got a better idea. Should be a little concern there. Yeah, good. Concerned eyebrows, see him? Go down and do this one. Oh, yeah, this one. I forgot to do this one. So Norm's not impressed with. He asks you what's going on, and he's not really impressed. So these will not have balloons, and this one will have a balloon. Now I made up my own interface here too. FaceTime's got 4 buttons down here, and a bunch of them got a bunch of different stuff. But I figured I don't want to upset the people that are out, protesting the shut-in, because they're my biggest fans, Did you see the crowds down in Huntington Beach today? I just saw them on Twitter before I signed on here. Insane. Well, hey, no worries that you're late, by the way. And Oregon is on the same coast. And I did not say 5:30 earlier in the day like I normally do, because I forgot. So glad to have you here. If you've missed it, you'll want to go back and listen to the front of this because, wow, there's been some amazing conversation on grammar. And I know everybody wants to hear more about that. Oh, wait, he's, let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's, where is he? He's plussed here. He's not nonplussed. He's plussed. All right, and then way over here, we're gonna draw him coming out of the phone. Is that enough? Okay, there you go. Let's go to the movie show. Sit there holding hands. What was that? That's an old Carl Perkins song. Oh, that has no ink in it. Okay. Where'd I get that one? Is that one garbage? Look at that. Got all this time on my hands now. I should just start inking with a bottle again. But if I do that, I have to flatten the table out. And I really like the table pitched. And otherwise, you got to tape your, what you do, if you don't know this one, if you take your ink bottle, see if you set it here, it'd just fall off the table. And that'd be a problem. So then you take your tape, which I don't have any artist tape. I don't know where it went. Lost it in the movie, I think. It's down here. Oh no, there's a thin version of it. This is artist tape. It's not. See, it's great stuff. pH neutral, blah blah blah. But you need thicker stuff. But yeah, you take this, and then you tape your bottle to the table like that. See? Oh, can you see that? Yeah. And then it doesn't go away. Who did I learn that from? Dick Locker, I think. What are you talking about? First NCS, we were at it's down in Arizona, and we're in Bill Keene's house for the final night of the party. The NCS, by the way, is the National Cartoon Society, which that meeting was canceled this year because I'm the youngest member. Everybody would have died. So anyway, we're standing in Bill Keene, who does Family Circus. At the final, the go-away party was at his house, which was very nice because that was a lot of people. And yeah, I'm standing in his studio looking at his setup. I don't think he was there, but anyway, I started talking to a husband and wife, and it turned out to be Dick Locker, who was an editorial cartoonist up in Chicago, so I knew his work from when I was a kid. And of course, he had taken over Dick Tracy at some point. So, but they were talking about that Bill's carpet had no ink stains on it because his studio was carpeted. And because that's all basically I did was give up my rent deposits. Any place I was renting at the time. Where was I living then? I think it was in New Orleans. Anyway, that's where I think where that discussion was. A little bit of name dropping, just to let you know that I was once nearly a cartoonist. They let me in the door for a few minutes. Maybe one day, maybe one I seen? Oh, I see. Anyway, there you go. That is the legend of Bill Locker's. I think it's Locker. If it's Loker, I apologize, but legend of Bill Loker's thing. Inking thing. This thing's juicy. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a mess. I mean, you're not going to see it. I'm just going to stick my hand through it in a minute. Projecting towards the region. Oh, you like hearing stories like that? Well, oh, good. Okay. Once I was on a stagecoach, and there was, oh, I can't think of it. Thomas Nast. That's who I was trying to think of. So anyway, Thomas Nast and I are sitting there playing cards. I never met Thomas Nast. Okay. Something like that, what phones look like? I don't even know what phones look like. What do I got here? Turn that up, that's a little blobby right there. And we're just gonna do norm like this. So what's going on with baseball? I'm pretty certain I paid a lot of money for the MLB app. And to be honest, I don't even think I've opened it. Not that I want my money back. I wonder if they must be doing some sort of programming, right? Live from the hot tub or something. I wonder what happened with the bubblegum card world. Everybody got their pictures taken in time. Or if they're just doing selfies at home now for the bubblegum cards. That'd be weird. Okay. Dick Locker. I bet nobody even knows who he is. Poor cartoonists. Almost interesting. Oh, you know whose birthday it was? This is a cartoonist you know. My mentor, see, I'm name dropping, and friend Jerry Scott. It was his birthday yesterday. Had a quarantine strawberry galette, it looked like. It looked pretty good. Oh, I'm using I've done so many Mr. Luxes on Instagram that I got the wrong tool out there. Sorry. How embarrassing. Mainframe? Yep. All right. Should have done this earlier in the week. I've got to get better at getting ahead of schedule here. I think I like working on deadline though. Those old newspaper days. A little ridiculous. Let's see. let's go to I'm going to go to an 03. Since he backed away. Oh, I'm supposed to breathe. Hang on here. My watch is telling me to breathe. No, I'm supposed to stand up. Okay, gotta go. Don't want to miss that. Don't have to stay up an extra hour tonight just to stand up. I'm like my watch's bitch now. I just do whatever it tells me to do. Oh, see, I went outside that one too. There, look at that. We'll fix that. Dink. Okay. I don't think anybody get the gag if I drew him the same size. Like the phone got further away, but he got closer. No one would get that, so we'll. That's what happens when you're sitting here inking. You just start eating yourself. Oh, question on Mr. Lux. How did I make the sculptures? Mr. Lux was a work for hire. Well, he wasn't a work for hire. He's because I own his copyright. But he was originally created for a luxury hotel company. If you go watch the video on YouTube, there's a video called Mr. Lux at Your Service. And there's a second one that's cute too, but the first one's super cute. And anyway, we made this video because the hotel was having to hire people from out of the country to provide 5-star service at their hotels. This chain eventually was, actually, the chain bought Hilton Hotels is the way I think it goes, because it was owned by Blackstone Real Estate. You know, that guy. Stephen, what's his name? Stephen, why am I forgetting his name? Stephen. He's the guy that, is putting all the dark money into stuff now. It's kind of evil. But that's who owns hotels. I'm sure the Waldorf and the Astoria family were just the sweetest people on earth, too. Anyway, where was I going with it? Oh, so they had this hotel and they needed an ambassador. They needed someone to help them train employees to the service standards. So in the video, Mr. Lux is demonstrating 10 or 12, I can't remember what it is. I think it's 10 service standards. And, oh wait, what am I doing? So God, I always draw Norm's eyes and nose first, is what happened there. But I forgot that I'm drawing the phone first. Otherwise, God knows what we'll end up with. Anyway, so that's where Mr. Lux came from. He was a corporate training video, essentially. And in that, along with those 2 videos I made, it started raining, is there was also about 300 drawings of him doing things that could be used in different settings for HR departments at different hotels around the country. So, so I've drawn a lot of Mr. Luxes over the years, and so has Kelly McNutt, who was my partner in crime on that. He was the animator. He animated all the cartoons single-handedly at the time. Where am I going with that? Oh, anyway, so that's where he came from. So somewhere in there was they started giving awards away at the hotels. So they wanted a Lux Award, so we got to make a Mr. Lux statue. And there's a nameplate that could be, so you could put an engraved thing. People who, they were winning this thing. So I hired there's a guy in Dallas who'd called me once and said he liked my strip. This is how I do everything, by the way. People just call and eventually it's like, oh, you do this. But he had designed Happy Meals and Burger King meals for years, and he had a promotional items company in Dallas after he had left whatever agency he had worked at. And so I'd called him and said, hey, do you know how to make you know, big things. Because Lux, I think that Lux, I think he's about 14 inches high, and then the base is 6 inches. So it's like a 20-inch, it's a pretty big thing. Pretty cool. So let's see, I think they still have, oh yeah, look at this. Right in my drawer here. When I first started drawing Lux, I made this so that I knew how to draw him, so I could turn him, because I did this with Norm too. There's a Norm somewhere in a box when I first started drawing the strip. So this one was my little guy I made out of Sculpey. His legs are in the drawer here. It's kind of sad. Here's a leg. And then, you know, oh, next to that, look at that. There's some extra Lux legs here. I don't know why I have extra Lux legs. I don't have the Norm anymore. Yeah, it's just right there in the drawer still. But yeah, so that's where he came from. That is the end of that story. So there was, oh, I didn't say that. I think we made like easily 100 of those things. They were sculpted by a guy down in Santa Barbara. Michael, the guy in Dallas, suggested a sculptor. He goes, oh, I've got a guy that could do this in a minute. So I just provided sketches, and this went back to my Industrial Light and Magic years, where that's all I did was, you know, basically draw something and so that you could turn it around and turn it into a sculpture. Things like that. I'd worked on Curious George for about 3 years for a movie that was never made that was going to be a CG monkey, you know, like Garfield in the Garfield movies. And that's all I did was I just basically sat there and drew and turned them and worked with sculptors in the other room. So I'd had some experience with that. Believe it or not. So that's where that came from. That one's wider than the others. Yeah, the phone's getting wide. Okay, we'll have to fix that digitally, maybe. Maybe we won't. Who knows? It's Moody Monday almost. We can do anything we want. Nobody cares. World's over. What's going on in Oregon? Anything fun? I was reading the comments. I dropped the pen. I cannot do two things at once anymore. Yeah, I don't know. What is new models are released so quickly these days? I don't even remember what I was talking about, so that doesn't make any sense to me. Just get out the boo-boo tape. There, it's gone. Ah! Okay. Oh yeah, is it raining there too? I had, oh, the new models of phones. Thank you so much. Whew. Yeah, because this one's pretty chubby too. We'll take a little bit off of that right there. Look at how juicy that pin is. I'm not happy. Go up here and get rid of that. If you ever want this sweet Post-it note, this is the kind of garbage that goes out in the studio trash every month, which I just caught up on and feel good about. I even got April's out, so now it's time to start on May's. Yeah, yeah, it's raining here again. It was beautiful all day. It's been cold though. It's like, this is all my mom and I talk about when we talk. I called her earlier because I was recycling her iPad for her and I didn't know her password to erase everything. And so, of course, we always get to the weather. Good Midwestern conversations. You know, when you finally get to barometric pressure, you know you're having a one-on-one, a true heartfelt conversation. What's that? 1,400 boxes. Okay. I don't know what this stay inside thing's starting to show evidence of craziness. I must have done something there. What is that? $3,300. $3,030. Yeah, I don't even know what that is. Somebody's spending a lot of money. 400 boxes in envelopes. I wrote that, and I don't know what that's about. Moon River. It's getting dark over here, you guys. And I'm not talking about the sunlight. The wider phone. All right, we're going to draw one more norm, and then we'll call it quits for the night. Oh, we got two more norms. We could do, how much time? No, 30 minutes. Okay, we can keep going a little bit. I don't want to bore you too much here. I know you guys have things to do, places to be, people to see. That's the 3. We don't want that. Let's go get a 5er. $400 boxes and envelopes. 1,400 boxes. I don't know what that is. I think someone came in here, woke me up enough that I was sleepwalking, forced me to write some gibberish on a Post-it note, and it might have been years ago because it was under the other one. That's what I think happened. Nothing to do with my memory. Couldn't be that. Oh, so when I first started the strip, here's a little fact for you. I didn't use a brush. I used a pen. So if you look back at the first 3 or 4 years, and the reason why was a couple of things. One was the strip originally was meant to be kind of journalish. That's why he was breaking the fourth wall. And so if you look at the backgrounds were a lot scratchier back then. I wanted them to have this kind of dashed off look. Look what that did. You probably can't see that, but that drives me nuts. And you know what that needs? That needs like an, okay. Let's do that. I'm gonna get some of this correction tape here. But there's glue on it, so I have to erase the glue off. I've told you about this before. Some of you have been here before. I've now got ink all over me. And then, anyway, what was I talking about? I forget. Oh, so I wanted that look to it. And if you look back, you'll see that. And then I think around about 4 years into the strip, I first started switching over to the brush on the dailies, or the Sundays, so nobody'd notice. And then, but these old pens were kind of what I did. But I used to like double trace lines and stuff to give it a scratchy look. So it was a whole, thing. Do a thing. Like that. Okay, and then we got one more. Oh, wow. Yeah, we need like, see if we can get this in here. We need one of these. Oh, shoot. Oh, crap. Shit, I'm gonna have to draw on top of that cut, and so we'll get rid of the cut. There we go. Oh. Why? Better. Better. Mm-hmm. About there, I think. This one gets the patented double line. That one's good. And we'll hit it with this. Oh, shoot. Went too far. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Yes, it's the number strips you're going to send me. Well, I hope you guys are doing fun things this weekend, now that it's over. Is everybody work from home or anybody going in? There's about 6 of us here. I know some of my readers are EMTs and nurses and whatnot, and it's pretty cool that you're doing that stuff. My sister's a preemie nurse, and I actually had one of the nurses test positive, and that was stressful. But it's pretty cool that people get up and keep doing stuff. If you are one of those people, then you are my hero. Oh, I didn't draw him. Oh, look at that. We think we're all sorts of done, and then we're not. Look at that. Oh, we didn't do these either. Here, let's do these. Here. Piece of tape on there. Here. Okay. We got that one. We'll fix that in a minute. Now let's go do this guy. This was concern, Norm. Oh my God, you're still out there bus driving. Did you see my Mr. Lux bus driver the other day? I didn't know you were a bus driver. I gave him his own wheel so that he was taking his own wheel to work. I don't think that's how it works. But I don't know how babies are made either, so if anybody has a YouTube link for that, please let me know. I would love to catch up on how the world works, bus driving and baby making. My wine is officially gone, so we're going to fix that too. See that hair got a little sloppy there. Oh, look at that's terrible. You see what I just did there? That was terrible. Oh God, look at that. We got all sorts of problems here. Okay, we gotta fix that the hard way. Oh, I didn't put a mouth on him down there. Boy, I'm not doing the best today, but you guys are just probably here now to make sure that I don't actually have a stroke or a seizure or something. Checking in on the elderly. You can write this down as service hours, probably. If any of you are high school students, there's no high school students here. But if there was, yeah, James. Oh, that's right. That was your bus. Okay. See the Grebulone. I don't even know. What are you doing with that name there? James from Portland, Oregon. Okay. Well, that's funny because I think there's at least 2 Portland people looking in right now. All right, we got one more here. Should we draw it first or just draw straight, fresh, and crazy? This one's almost done here. All right, let's see, Norm. So what's going on there? Let's see, so what would he be doing? Yeah, if it's tilting this way, he'd be leaning that way, wouldn't he? Oh, Port Orchard. Oh, that's nowhere near Portland, Oregon, James. P.O. Now I remember, James. Okay, thank you. I didn't know your, sorry about that. I didn't know your name thing. What does that mean? Grebouloner. Grebouloner? Grebouloner? Well, if you need any stuff, let us know. Oh, forgot his mouth. Okay. Oh, is it? See, I never read that book. I am so sorry that I have not read that book. I did watch the movie, and I walk around sometimes, pretending I know the book really well. Mainly at the Mopop Museum, but that's about it. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't read that book. I don't know if it came out when I was in college, but I remember people were reading it in college. And I think I just thought I knew everything in college and didn't read it. I should go read it. And then I think in college I used to mix it up with the Zen of motorcycle maintenance, because there's a hitchhiker and a motorcycle. That's about how smart I am. Wait, there's books? No, that's nuts. Okay, I don't know a thing about it, is what I'm trying to tell you. I will download it onto my Kindle. Who am I kidding? I'm hardly getting books read right now. I have to read books for my job, so by the time I'm done reading those, I'm kind of tapped out on the new book thing. What am I reading right now? I'm reading, it's on the nightstand. It's called Spring Training. And it seems good, and then I keep forgetting I'm reading it because stuff gets piled on top of it, and then it's like, oh yeah. So, anyway, one day. Let's go back over here and fix this. This should be dry by now. Oh yeah. Okay. All right, guys, I think I've probably bored you enough tonight. I'll do a couple of Instagram hangouts, so if you're not following me on Instagram, definitely do that, because I've been doing the Mr. Lux inkings. If you go and look at Jantze on Instagram today, in my story is a inking and coloring of a Mr. Lux that went up this afternoon. And other than that, I hope you guys are all safe this week, and you're so Randy, good to see you, by the way. And I addressed your envelope yesterday, so you will be getting a Mr. Lux drawing soon from the Patreon thing. And yeah, I've got to go read the Zen of Art. I read neither of those, and I used to just mix them up. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. It's probably time to. I read The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings in high school, and then my brother, I had an older brother, and he handed me, oh, I forgot all this. He handed me some Kurt Vonnegut. I think I started with Breakfast of Champions, and then went back to Slaughterhouse-Five and read everything that was printed at the time. But So then I was kind of off on that, and then I bumped into I read all the James Bond in high school. You know, those were my series at the time, so one day I'll get back to that. Anyway, have a good weekend. Well, it's over. Have a good week, and I'll see you throughout the week. Check me or follow over on Instagram. I usually do the Lux things on my lunch breaks, so look around noonish for a live thing, or 5 o'clock for happy hour, that kind of thing. And we'll see you next Sunday at the same time. 5:30 is seems to be better for all of us. And we will hang out together, just like Norm's doing here. And we'll all chat and be best friends forever. Take care, have a great week, and be safe.